Hi everyone, welcome back to College Prep. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be talking about the campus visit, and we're going to be talking about the importance of exploring colleges before you choose the one that's right for you, and the benefits of doing a campus visit even if it is virtual. So a college may look good on paper, but it may or may not be the right fit for you. Once you get to campus, you get the feeling of nonverbal information that you learn, and that's a very informative experience. So why do a college visit? Many of you might think that you already know the answer, but going through the process, you might be surprised that you will either confirm your choice or you might be looking at other options. So I know some people say, oh, well, I already know where I want to go. I already know where I'm applying. And, they feel pretty confident that they'll get into that college. But the reality is that you don't know what the future holds. You don't necessarily know if you'll be accepted to the college that you're hoping to get into. And you don't know what sorts of financial aid packages that will be offered to you through different schools. So it's really good to keep your options open and to explore different universities and colleges that could potentially be a good fit for you. I've also heard students say, oh, well, my brother goes to this university, so I'll probably go there too. And there's nothing wrong with trying to follow an older sibling's footsteps, but just because you have a brother or a sister or any other family member who goes to a certain school doesn't mean that that's necessarily the right path for you to follow too. And then I have also heard other students say, well, I'm in ITA and isn't that enough? No, there's a lot of work that you have to do in preparation for college and applying for college that you'll need to do outside of designated class time to make sure that you're on track for applying to college. Okay, so next we're going to be talking about the benefits of college visits. So campus visits, whether virtual or in person, offer you something that brochures and other people's experiences simply cannot. You get a first-hand view of the college, which means you get to see the dorms, the classrooms, the rec areas, and you even get to try the food. You get direct answers to your questions that are important to you, and you also get to learn things that you didn't already know. The campus visit prepares you to decide which school is right for you. So different factors matter to different people when trying to figure out the right college to choose. So it's important early on to consider what factors are most important to you. So for a lot of people, they like to take into consideration factors of the location. Is this university in a big city or is it more in kind of a rural area? Other people like to consider the size of the university. So, for example, UW-Madison is a pretty big university, and so that affects the class sizes. You might have, some schools that have an average class size of 50, and you might have other lectures where you're in a room of over 200 people. So you really have to decide what feels most comfortable for you and your learning style. And then you also want to take into consideration different opportunities that are available through different schools. So, for example, some schools might have better study abroad programs than other ones. They might have better internship opportunities, and they might be more well connected to certain public agencies and other communities that you might want to take into consideration. The other thing too that's really important to consider is what majors minors, and certificate programs are offered at these different schools. I think you'd be surprised to learn that not all schools have the same majors and minors. So it's really valuable to go on each college website and kind of explore what educational offerings each school provides and what might be the best fit for you, or at least something that you would be interested in pursuing. And another thing that's really important is determining how important the cost is for you. Um, College can be very expensive. There are many students who have to take out student loans, and that's not necessarily something that will deter you, but it definitely could. And for you as ITA students, if you were to get accepted to UW-Madison, you would then become People Scholars, and you would have a full tuition scholarship for all 4 years of college. And that's a pretty big deal to consider, especially when you consider how expensive college tuition can be. Okay, information to find out during a campus visit. So if you're not sure what kinds of questions you should ask during your college visit, you should make sure to check out the document that's linked below, and it's called Questions to Ask at Your College Visits. So if you get the opportunity to talk to someone like an admissions counselor at one of the colleges that you're visiting, you'll definitely want to ask them about the admissions process. It's different for each school. Some require 2 personal statements, some just require 1. Others require different numbers of letters of recommendation. And something that's been new in recent years is that some schools don't require certain test scores. So for example, there are some schools that are no longer requiring the ACT, but there are other schools that are. So these are all important things to take into consideration and things to ask if you get the opportunity to do so. Other things that you can ask about are about student life and different opportunities that you should take advantage of as a student. You'll also want to consider housing and food services. I know in some colleges there's a ton of variety to choose from. I know UW-Madison has multiple dining halls with different food options, but not all colleges have that luxury. So you'll wanna, if that's something you're particular about, you'll definitely want to look into that. And then again, college expenses. So for different schools, there might be different scholarships available. There might be different financial aid opportunities available. It really just depends on the school and what they're able to provide. So these are all questions that you can come ready with when you go to your campus visits. Okay, so college is a really big investment, and it is your investment. So you might think that you know all that you need to know, but this is a huge financial investment, and not just that, it's also an investment of your time. So one way that I like to think of it is think of it as buying your first home. Would you purchase a home without trying it out and going to see it first? Probably not, right? So the same goes for a college visit. For college, you know that's typically a 4-year experience. So you're going to be living probably in a new place, or at least in a dorm for a year, and you're going to be at that location for 4 years. So you're probably going to want to go visit the place and see if you actually like it before agreeing to go there. Okay, so unfortunately, due to the ongoing pandemic situation, some in-person college visits may not be possible. But luckily, most universities by this point offer virtual campus visits that you can take advantage of. So at the bottom of this video, there will be some links. And those will take you to different virtual college visit opportunities that I highly encourage you to check out. Also, at the bottom of this video, you will find the direct link that will take you to UW-Madison's virtual visit. And if you click there, you'll be directed to this page where you can get a firsthand experience of UW-Madison that you haven't already experienced. Also, I encourage you to attend a virtual college fair. At the bottom of this video, there is a link that you can click on, and that'll take you to the National College Fairs link. There you can see the different colleges that will be available on each date, and you can sign up for a fair. Okay, and to briefly summarize this lesson, we talked about how campus visits can offer you firsthand information and answers to direct questions that are important to you. And, deciding on a college is a really big decision. It's going to affect the next few years of your life, and it is a really big investment, just like buying a home. The next thing is don't let COVID stop you from visiting. Like I said, most, if not all, colleges are offering virtual campus visits. And more so, you can usually schedule appointments with admissions counselors if you have specific questions or want to have some one-on-one time with folks from that college. And one thing to take into consideration is that since applying to UW-Madison is an ITA requirement for all of you, you definitely need to check out the link below and take the virtual visit of UW-Madison. And then finally, college fairs offer similar visits of multiple colleges in a single event. So virtual fairs are actually kind of cool because you can check out a multitude of colleges in one sitting from the comfort of your own home. So definitely take advantage of those while you can. All right, folks, good luck to you all, and I hope that this helped.